right.
Woo!
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Woo!
Everybody hear the bass okay? So good? Maybe you want to turn it up a little bit more? Everybody can hear me okay? All right. Hit it. That's nice. I have a confession to make. I do not subscribe to the religion of the land. I don't paint my face or attend mass regularly. I don't hoot and holler with my buddies while quaffing beer in a friend's glorious and expensive dungeon, casually viewing the services in HD while providing commentary on the motions of the skating dervishes below. I don't answer the call to prayer beamed out across the nation on the CBC every Saturday night. I don't pay my tithe to sit in the local parish or wear the diocesan colors. I've only been to the cathedral once, and it was more of an anthropological study than anything else. Truth be told, I really only attended services to placate my father. My apostasy was begun early in life. My parents didn't want to wake me up that early on a Sunday morning to drive me all over the province. Plus the money needed to participate, plus the drive and stamina needed by both parent and child. No, the seed for my doubt was planted when I was 9 years old, Labor Day, 1996. My father and I went to services in the rival religion's cathedral. It was overwhelming. The smell of cigarettes and stale beer still rings nostalgic to me. Besides that, the proceedings and the gathered faithful seemed to be considerably less manic. Glossolalia was not to be seen. A general camaraderie had descended upon the place even between the opposing factions. The orange and the green, Shia and Sunni, all gathered for one purpose and were having a whale of a time. In my experience, this has been the norm, until the zealot loonies from Regina show up. I have officially washed my patriot hands of the whole business. It started in university when I started hanging out with gay people. They led me astray, as gay people are wont to do. I ceased to care, and now I freely blaspheme. You know, Marx had it all wrong. Sports and entertainment is what feeds the Lotus Eaters. I don't collect the cards, I don't pay homage to holy relics, I avoid theological conversation. But every year, driven by guilt, I swallow my recantations and tune in for the high holidays.
Woo!
That was a poem about hockey, if you didn't get that. Right. Okay, so, I was recently asked, why don't you write some cowboy poetry? And I said, sorry, that's not what I do. I don't do cowboy poetry. I understand the necessity for it, but I decided to write a poem about how I don't like cowboy poetry. Or I appreciate cowboy poetry. So, but this is also a Mad Lib poem. I don't know if anybody has ever done this before, but it's being done right now. So I need you to yell out some things as loud as you can so I can hear it. And maybe it'd help if you came up a little bit closer so I can actually hear you. Okay, all right. I need something that cowboys do. Okay, all right. I need something that hippies do.
Smoke weed!
Smoke weed. Okay. Oh, let's try this one. I need a synonym for fool. What's something you call your friend when he's being really dumb? Okay. I need just a random adverb, something that ends in ly. I need a random noun, so anything. It could be anything around the park. Trees or cheese?
Cheese!
I'm gonna assume that you said cheese. And I need a random verb, an action word. Give me something. Zoom. I like that one. And I need another random noun. Banana. Okay. All right, let's do this. This is DIY poetry. Cowboys. Tough, leathery cowboys. Chewing tobacco, sitting on fences, riding horses. Versus Poets! Gangly, beardy poets. Smoking weed, smoking pipes, beating drums. They stare at each other from across the gulf, yelling insults that fall harmlessly into the chasm below. They're basically saying them to make themselves feel better. But the gulf is too wide. Nothing can get across, good or bad. One side yells faggots, and the other side yells hicks. Both wave their floppy hats and stomp their boots in rage. Tobacco juice and cheap beer flying everywhere as they look at each other and both sides exclaim in unison and four-part harmony, "You really don't get it, do you?" When suddenly, from out of nowhere, a lone rider appears. Down in the chasm, riding his horse on the water, the breeze in his enormous mustache, his spurs jingling in his leather squeaking, pen in hand, lariat in the other. I smile from my objective viewpoint as the opposing teams drop their jaws in awe when they see the stranger and his horse levitate to their level. The spirit of CM Wrestle descends from the clouds in the form of a dove, and a disembodied voice thunders out, "This is my son, you idiots, of whom I am proud." He crafts a combination of the two with a mighty swipe of his pen. A miraculous wonder indeed. Cowboy poetry. Neither side is amused. The cowboys think he's a fairy. The beatniks don't like it because it rhymes. But he quickly sells out and becomes a big success with the Rhinestone Cowboys in Calgary. Let me put it another way. I work slowly on my poems. You pay good cheese to be entertained. I zoom what you want to hear, and so does the poet Son of Man. Does this poem make any sense? Neither does cowboy poetry. But a man needs bananas to eat, so he writes with the audience. The purists revile them, but you, me, and the poet Son of Man are happy.
Woo!
Everybody like that one? Neither did my mom. I read it to her and she said, "That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, and that Mad Lib didn't make any sense." So I told her that it's not supposed to make any sense, but she didn't get it. She said, "Why didn't you write something about clouds or how you feel on a sunny day or something like that?" And I said, "Well, Wordsworth did that 200 years ago. I sort of want to do something different." So just for my mom, I wrote a rhymey poem. I hope that you'll enjoy it. I smell the rain, I feel the breeze, I catch the droplets in my sleep, I tip my glass, drink to the lees, and hold the bite while breathing deep. Questions vary from year to year, but answers are never nearer. How do I move from there to here? I now hold those questions dearer. But rain and drink can only give, not for epistemology. The only way to gain is live, and this is my theology. I taste the rain, I kiss my glass, and drift off to rewarding sleep. This doubtful rain will surely pass, leaving the grapes of truth to reap. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Good job, Andrew and Austin. Put your hands together for them. It's getting pretty warm out there now that we got some sun. We do